Hello, before we begin, please remember to like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. Good evening and welcome to another election night in America. Election night 2020. We have on the Republican side running for a second term the incumbent president Donald J. Trump, and we have on the Democratic side Franklin Delano Roosevelt running to see if he can, and as he says, fix America. Donald Trump running on keeping America great. And our polling data shows, the average poll shows Roosevelt ahead by almost 80 points, which is extremely high against the sitting president. Anyway, so we have our 7 p.m. poll closings from the states of Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, and Vermont. In Indiana, Franklin Roosevelt wins their 11 electoral votes with 5.6% more of the vote than Donald Trump. In Vermont, he wins Vermont with 45.6% more of the vote than Donald Trump. He wins Kentucky with 0.9% of the vote more than Donald Trump. That number in all these 3 states are expected to gain. In South Carolina, he wins South Carolina by 10.9%. He wins Georgia by 24.3%. Wow. This might be a very historic night. In Virginia, he wins their 13 electoral votes by exactly 30%. So now we have Franklin Roosevelt with 60 electoral votes. Donald Trump has 0 electoral votes so far through the night. We have our 7:30 p.m. on the east poll closings, 4:30 on the west, from the states of Ohio, West Virginia, and the state of North Carolina. In North Carolina, Franklin Roosevelt easily wins the state with 20.9% lead. He also wins the state of Ohio. This is a big one. Remember, no Republican has ever won the White House without Ohio. And so anyway, though, Franklin Roosevelt wins Ohio by 16.6%. In West Virginia's 5 electoral votes are too early to call right now. So now, at this hour, Franklin D. Roosevelt has 93 electoral votes. Donald J. Trump has none so far on this November night. Anyway, we have our 8 p.m. poll closings from the states of Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and D.C. So let's get on with some state calls. In Maryland, wow, Franklin Roosevelt wins Maryland with more than 70% of a lead. In D.C., Franklin Roosevelt wins it with 100% of the votes there. Only a couple places reporting, but still a staggering margin. In Delaware, he wins there with exactly half the margin he wins D.C., with 50% of the vote, exactly. He wins New Jersey. Franklin Roosevelt wins New Jersey's 14 electoral votes by 45.8%, as you can see on your screen. Franklin Roosevelt wins Connecticut's 7 electoral votes by 56.7%. Franklin Roosevelt will also go on to win Massachusetts' 11 electoral votes by 78.5%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Rhode Island's 4 electoral votes by 43.7%. And remember, none of these margins are final, but the calls are final. So in New Hampshire, he will win New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes by 34.5%. He will win Maine. Maine splits their votes up into 2 congressional districts and an at-large vote, meaning votes from both the districts counted up together. And it means both of the congressional districts and the at-large vote go to Franklin Roosevelt. In Alabama, Franklin Roosevelt wins Alabama's 9 electoral votes by 9.7%. He also will go on to win Missouri's 10 electoral votes by 16.2%. Franklin Roosevelt wins Illinois' 20 electoral votes by 46.9%. He will also win Mississippi's 6 electoral votes by 19.8%. He will win Tennessee's 11 electoral votes by 8.7%. He will win Kansas's 6 electoral votes by 10.9%. He will win Texas's 38 electoral votes by 16%. And at this hour, at about, what time is it? It's 8:23 p.m. We can now project that Franklin Delano Roosevelt will become the 46th President of the United States. But anyway, we have a lot of more state calls, so please do not leave. In Oklahoma, it is too close to call. And in Arkansas, we can report that Franklin Roosevelt will win their 6 electoral votes by a small margin, by 13.4%. And now it's 9 on the east and 6 in the west. We have poll closings from a fresh amount of new states: Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, Nebraska, South and North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Louisiana, and New York. Let's get on. We have a lot of state calls to make right now. In New York, Franklin Roosevelt will win New York by 48.7%. So New York's 29 electoral votes will go to Franklin Roosevelt. He will also win North Dakota's 3 electoral votes by 8.7%. He will win South Dakota's 3 electoral votes by 9.5%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Colorado by 28.9%. And Franklin Roosevelt will win New Mexico by 35.6%. Wow, look at these margins. He will win Arizona by 24%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Wisconsin's 10 electoral votes by 45.6%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Minnesota's 10 electoral votes by 50.6%. Now, Franklin Roosevelt has cracked the 400 number that hasn't been broken since actually George H.W. Bush in 1988. Franklin Roosevelt now has 420 electoral votes, and Donald Trump has none. Still no states to be called for him. Now we have our 10 p.m. on the east, 7 on the west, poll closings from the states of Montana, Nevada, Utah, and the state of Iowa. In Montana, Franklin Roosevelt will win their 3 electoral votes by 19.6%. He will win Nevada's 6 electoral votes by 34.7%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Iowa's 6 electoral votes by 40.7%. But now we have a couple of Trump calls finally for Donald Trump. He will win West Virginia's 5 electoral votes by 0.9%. Donald Trump will win Oklahoma's 7 electoral votes by 4.5%. Donald Trump will win Wyoming's 3 electoral votes by 21.6%. Donald Trump will win Utah's 6 electoral votes by 12.6%. Now Franklin Roosevelt has 432 electoral votes, and Donald Trump has 21. Now we have our 11 p.m. poll closings, 11 on the east, 8 on the west, from the states of Idaho, Washington, Oregon, California, Hawaii, and Alaska. In California, Franklin Roosevelt will win California's 55 electoral votes by 78.9%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Washington's 12 electoral votes by 46.4%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Oregon's 7 electoral votes by 49.4%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Idaho's 4 electoral votes by 19.6%. Franklin Roosevelt will win Alaska's 3 electoral votes by 27.6%. And Franklin Roosevelt will win Hawaii's 4 electoral votes by 67.3%. Look at all of those huge margins. Now, part of the reason this is happening is because, well, this time around with a Herbert Hoover kind of Great Depression, not as extreme, the popular vote, as you can see, is totally lopsided. 90 million, more than 90 million votes for Franklin Roosevelt and only 6 billion for Donald Trump. And as you can see, our margins here. But part of the reason why is this happening? This is happening because he's kind of brought us into a Great Depression. Not exactly the Great Depression. I mean, unemployment though now is almost 20% though, meaning 1 out of 5 people don't have a job. That might not sound that bad, but trust me, it's terrible. And the average American wage has gone down. The average tax on the middle class has gone up. And rich people are taking more money while poor people can't get as much. So Franklin Roosevelt, as a Democrat, of course, always the Democrats caring about the middle class, really were able to appeal and get all of those voters to come out so they could get so the middle class and the poor and the middle class could get a couple of extra dollars to spend on food. As you can see, Franklin Roosevelt wins exactly 90% of the popular vote, with 96% of precincts reporting. He wins 90,387,094 not electoral votes, popular votes. And Donald Trump, and it's probably coming not because, if you look at the electoral map, this is expected, but it's partly coming because he won a lot of those states by such big margins. And Donald Trump only gets 5.6% of the popular vote, winning 6,098,763 votes. And now, here's our final electoral map. As you see, Franklin Roosevelt wins 17 electoral votes. I mean, not 17, 517. And Donald Trump wins only 21. Franklin Roosevelt being able to carry 46 states and the District of Columbia. And Donald Trump carrying 4 states worth an average of, about 5 electoral votes. So, yeah. And there we go. Okay. So now, thank you for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching. As you can see, this is a hallway. And, yeah. So, look at this. So, tell me if you're tell me somewhere, try and contact me if you can. If you're liking these election nights or whatever, or what do you want to see me do? Or who do you want to see me do? You could also comment that. Just comment me, what is your feedback? And don't lie to me, I don't need you to lie to me. So, and also subscribe, click that notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. And also, you can comment if I'm saying that too much. And goodbye.